Okay, so in approximately 48 hours, I will be in Charlotte, North Carolina, riding Fury 325 at Carowinds. Now, you might remember like 2 weeks ago, I made a video about Intimidator 305 and why it is my favorite roller coaster ever. I made that video at 305 subscribers, and I wanted to make one for 325 subscribers about Fury. Now, 2 weeks later, we have over 50 more subscribers, and I want to say thank you so much. This would not be possible without you guys. Fury quite possibly might be the only coaster that could dethrone i305 for me, so I wanted to make this short little video predicting if I think it might be my number one or not. But before we get into this video, I want to say I'm a little stressed out. I have to do a week and a half's amount of work in about half a week because I plan on going dark on YouTube while still uploading. Now I'll probably hit 400 subscribers in the next week, so planning my videos for the next week has been extremely stressful and hard. Anyway, don't expect this video to be a banger, and if you want to see what some of my better videos, just check out the one I just recently posted on Skyrush or the i305 one. Cards will be in the end credits. Anywho, with all that crap out of the way, let's get into the reason why you all clicked on this video in the first place. Okay, Fury 325 is quite possibly one of the world's best coasters, and it was the world's best coaster at one point, holding that position for 4 years in a row. I think that this could be superior to i305, and let me tell you why. It's been over 3 years since I've been on i305, and back then I would prefer coasters that were more intense to coasters that were filled with all kinds of airtime. For example, in my 2018 Top 15 Coasters video, I put Impulse over Phoenix. Over Phoenix! Impulse over Phoenix. What was I thinking? Do I regret that? Yes, I do! Anyway, I did this just because I like the inversions better and the forces and the vertical looping Cobra roll. This also explains why Stormrunner was my favorite roller coaster over Skyrush for about 4 years, even though Skyrush was way more intense with airtime. It wasn't until I rode more coasters and I found that I liked airtime more than positive G-force. 3 years ago, I went on i305 with the mindset I like positive over negative, but now I'm the complete opposite, and I explained all of this in my i305 video. Fury, unlike i305 and unlike any other B&M, has a very even mix of not only high positive sections but also some great negative sections that will offer some amazing airtime. Now, I will come out and say this, I do think that Fury doesn't have the strongest layout, but it's how the ride traverses the layout that makes it such an anticipated ride for me. If you take a step back and look at Fury's layout, it's just a drop, a turn that's shaped like a sideways, like a hammerhead turnaround, then like a bank turn, then another one, then you kind of do that one again, but it's the opposite way. Then you have this like cool turnaround, I guess, and then you go under a bridge, and then there's another massive airtime hill, then like a helix, and then more cool airtime hills. I mean, it's like, what's all the hype about? I'll answer that. I think the fact that the coaster is 325 freaking feet tall and it goes 95 miles an hour through the layout changes everything. After the drop, the next tallest element is only 192 feet tall. You come off of a 325 foot drop, then go into a turn that's 200 feet off the ground. That's a 120 foot difference between the elements. Fury then goes through elements that are 50 feet shorter than the last one, making this ride have incredible pacing. I mean, Fury absolutely hauls ass as it goes through the layout. Just watch this sweet montage I put together. Yeah, this coaster just rips through its absolutely massive layout. It just kills every element. This coaster is also really fast, and I haven't been on anything this fast in over 2 years since I went to Great Adventure. So the height mixed with the speed is almost a deal breaker for me. I mean, this coaster is the tallest roller coaster without a launch, so it's the tallest coaster with a chain lift. And I mean, a camera just doesn't do this justice. This lift hill and this drop are just absolutely massive. And I just love the supports of this ride too. I mean, i305s are my favorite just for looking so minimalistic, but I also can't get over how beautiful Fury looks with its bright blue and green and white track. Fury will be the second tallest coaster I've ridden, and that already gets me really hyped for this ride. People say you can't overhype rides because it'll ruin it for you, but I honestly don't see how I could overhype this ride. I think no matter what, it'll still blow away all my expectations. B&M made a beauty with this one, and I think it's going to be really hard to beat. Before I get any further into this rabbit hole, I want to go back to the layout of this ride. I know I previously said that it doesn't look like much, but this is for sure one of those times where you can say simpler is better. B&M didn't go all out on this coaster like some other companies do, but they stuck to what they were good at and made one of the world's best coasters. We can even see where they went out of their comfort zone too, when they added in elements to make this ride unique. Now you might be asking yourself, why do I keep calling Fury the best in the world? And it's not just because it won best in the world 4 years in a row, but comparing Fury to other rides like Steel Vengeance, Fury offers a totally unique ride to any other coaster. While with Steel Vengeance, I only have to ride 1 or 2 other RMCs to predict exactly what it feels like. Heck, I could even ride an Intamin and tell you what Steve feels like. Fury, on the other hand, while it's mostly unique to itself, B&M didn't straight up copy and paste like we see RMC do sometimes. I mean, how is it gonna get better when you have the same tricks up your sleeve? Kinda sounds familiar, right? Okay, back to Fury. You can't just ride a random B&M and tell me you've ridden Fury. You actually have to ride Intimidator or Nitro to get the sense of the first turn. You have to ride Leviathan for the bang turns. You have to ride Orion for the wave turn thingy. You have to ride Candemonium for the treble clef. The only thing that you could really argue is copy and paste on this coaster is the one normal airtime hill. But don't blame B&M because I mean every single freaking coaster has one of these. Then for the Helix, you would have to get on Candemonium to get the same boring forceless experience. I mean, hey, at least B&M learns from their mistakes and gives us something to look at this time. Then the last run of airtime hills could be compared to Nitro's last run of airtime hills. While Fury may be a combination of every classic B&M ever built, it is still so much more original and unique than, well, this, which is why I'm anticipating it to be so much more than Steve will ever be. Now to answer your big question, and no, it's not why do I hate Steel Vengeance so much. I actually don't hate Steel Vengeance, I just think it's a little weird what RMC is doing, and if you want that to be a separate video, like this video and comment down below and I will for sure make it. Anyway, the real question being, do I think this will be my new number 1? Yes I do. I think that it will be for sure my new number 1 for a few reasons. One, it's just been so long since I got in a rewrite on i305, and since then I've grown to like airtime much better than positive G-force. It's kind of like maturing my coaster enthusiasm, and I just know what I like more in a coaster now than I did back then. Also, if Fury isn't my number 1, then I'm automatically putting it at number 3 because it will not be in between i305 and Toro. It just won't happen. So that's it. All or nothing, Fury. You either take the cake with number 1 or you lose it all and be number 3. Okay, on a different note, not talking so much about Fury, let's talk about some of the other rides at Carowinds. I mean, Copperhead looks really good, and I think I'm really going to enjoy it, especially because of all the theming. Afterburn looks great, definitely going to be my new favorite invert for sure. I'm so excited for the Batwing, that's definitely my most anticipated element and inversion. I think it'll be my favorite inversion right after the Flying Snake Dive. Also, I have absolutely no idea what the layout looks like, so I'm really stoked for that. I'm going right into it blind. All I know is that it has a few inversions and the Batwing. Then there's Intimidator, which just lives in Fury's shadows. Although the bucket seats look cool, and I'm really eager to try them out. Okay, like you guys heard me say earlier in the video, I'm going on vacation, not only to Carowinds, but I'm also going to the shore for the week, so I don't really know how much I'm going to be able to post. So don't be too mad if the schedule is a little shaky next week. Also, starting Friday, I'm doing a full recovery of the music section of my channel. This doesn't mean that you guys won't see any more coaster videos, it just means that I need to post more music content because it's been over a month since I've actually posted any type of video on there, except for the drum cover, but that's still not acceptable. Don't be too mad if you're just a coaster fan because you'll probably get a vlog to watch next week, along with a bunch of shorts from Carowinds. So yeah, look forward to that. Anyway, today's shout out goes to Lion BRRZ. If you want a shout out, leave a comment down below, and if I like it, I'll be sure to feature you in my next video. Anyway guys, this is all I have to say. I hope to see you in the upcoming music videos, but if not, no worry, I'll see you Friday at Carowinds.